All right, ready to dive into some seriously thought-provoking stuff. We're about to unpack G.I. Gurdjieff and his ideas, specifically from Life is Real, Only Then, When I Am. Now, Gurdjieff, in case anyone isn't familiar, was this 20th century spiritual teacher. And, well, he was known for his, you could say, unconventional views when it comes to self-development.
What I find fascinating about Gurdjieff is he wasn't just some guy preaching from a mountaintop, you know? He really lived life. I mean, we're talking travel, adventure, even cheating death a few times.
Seriously. 3 near-death experiences. That's like out of an adventure movie or something. Shot in Crete, wounded in Tibet, and then caught up in all that political turmoil in Transcaucasia. You'd think once would be enough. But how did all that shape his views?
Just try to picture staring death in the face, not once, but 3 times. It's got to shift your perspective. Gurdjieff himself, he believed these weren't random events, particularly that third one in 1904. He felt like they were connected, guiding him somewhere, you know? He even used this phrase, ineffaceable results, talking about their impact. It's like they weren't just physical wounds, they really lit a fire under him for his life's work.
Makes you wonder, did those experiences make him search for deeper meaning in life, or were those questions always there, just waiting to come out?
Now that is the question, isn't it? One we might never truly know the answer to. But what we do know is Gurdjieff truly believed most people are just sleepwalking through life, controlled by outside forces and unconscious impulses. He wanted to wake people up, to help them reach this level of being he called the world of man.
Okay, let's unpack that world of man idea. It sounds pretty central to his whole philosophy.
It's totally central. Think of it like this. Imagine you're not just a product of your environment, how you were raised, or even your genes. Like there's something more, something capable of independent thought, feeling, and action. That's the world of man. You're not some puppet of circumstance. You're consciously creating your own experience.
So less reaction, more responding. Less autopilot, more intentional living. Sounds empowering, but also kind of intimidating. How do we even begin to tap into that?
That's where things get really interesting. See, Gurdjieff didn't think this world of man was something we're born with. He saw it as potential, something that needs to be developed, you know? And to do that, you need conscious effort and, get this, even some intentional suffering.
Intentional suffering. Now you've got my attention, because that's not something you hear every day. It seems kind of counterintuitive.
No.
Most self-help gurus are all about thinking positive and avoiding discomfort.
Precisely. And that's what's so fascinating about Gurdjieff. Didn't shy away from challenging the norm. He believed that by consciously embracing discomfort, pushing past our limits, that's how we break free from those mechanical habits and wake up to something deeper. Like, think about it. You don't expect a muscle to grow without resistance, right?
Good analogy. So how does this intentional suffering work in real life?
Good
We're
say.
talking like extreme lifestyles, self-punishment, because that's not really my style.
It's not about being extreme. Gurdjieff wasn't advocating for pointless suffering. It's more about developing the ability to just sit with discomfort, to resist those automatic urges to chase pleasure and avoid pain. It could be as simple as sticking with a tough task when you really want to quit, or facing a fear you've been avoiding. It's about expanding your capacity for conscious effort.
Okay, that makes more sense. Building inner strength, like mental and emotional resilience training. But how do we know which discomfort is worth embracing and what's just unnecessary suffering?
That's where Gurdjieff gets specific. To understand it, we need to talk about his views on the 3 worlds that shape our experience. Because for him, how these worlds interact, that's the raw material for our evolution.
Right, lay these 3 worlds on me. I'm ready.
Okay, first, you have the outer world, the physical world we touch and interact with every day, our jobs, relationships, that constant flow of information coming at us. Then there's the inner world. That's our thoughts, emotions, and automatic responses, our fears, desires, those ingrained patterns we have.
So the outer world is the external, and the inner world is our internal landscape.
You got it. Here's the thing. Most of us, we're living in this weird in-between state. We're constantly reacting to the outer world with pre-programmed responses from our inner world, like ships without rudders, just tossed around by the waves.
Okay, so if we're the ship and the outer and inner worlds of the sea, where does the world of man fit in?
And here's where it gets really good. The world of man is like the captain of the ship. It's that conscious awareness that can steer us through all the choppy water of life. That part of us that can observe our thoughts and feelings without getting swept away. The part that makes choices even when everything's chaotic.
How do we access that captain inside us? Can everyone develop that?
Gurdjieff would say yes, but it's not passive. You have to make a conscious effort to break free from what he called our mechanical nature. One tool he used for this was a practice he called the I am exercise.
Okay, now we're getting to the good stuff. Tell me more about this I am exercise. What is it? How does it work?
It's deceptively simple, but incredibly powerful. He told his students to repeatedly focus on the words I am, but at the same time, they had to concentrate on a physical sensation in their solar plexus, which he believed was a key energy center.
Interesting. So it's not just repeating words in your head, it's about a physical sensation too.
Exactly. Gurdjieff believed that by combining these, it helps quiet the mind and connect us to a deeper sense of self, cutting through the noise of the world and those automatic reactions to reach a more present state of being.
Sounds a lot like mindfulness meditation, which is really popular right now.
There are some similarities, for sure, but Gurdjieff emphasized the helper instructor, someone to guide you. He felt we can't awaken on our own. We need someone who's been down the path before us.
It makes sense. We've all got blind spots. Having someone to show us what we might not see in ourselves, that's invaluable.
Absolutely. But Gurdjieff's idea of a helper instructor, it's more than feedback. It's about creating an environment, a space where people challenge each other and support each other's growth. He was all about community.
Love that. Not isolating yourselves to become enlightened, but being in the world, connecting with people. But back to I am for a sec. Did Gurdjieff believe anyone could benefit or just a select few?
He believed everyone has the potential to wake up, to reach that world of man. But he knew not everyone is ready to put in the work. He talked about the importance of magnetic centers. It's like an inner pull towards truth and self-knowledge that draws people to his teachings.
So like a calling, a yearning for something more than just going through the motions.
Exactly. And that leads us to another fascinating thing about Gurdjieff, his views on the soul. You see, he didn't think we're born with souls. He believed you have to earn it, cultivate it through effort. He even called it a luxury.
Well, luxury. That's a bold statement. Most spiritual traditions see the soul as like this inherent part of us. What did he mean by that?
He thought what we usually think of as the soul is really just our personality, desires, fears, all our conditioned responses, basically. The true soul, for Gurdjieff, is a higher being body that we have to develop through practices and inner work.
So not that we don't have souls, but that we haven't developed them yet. We're all working with potential, but it takes work to realize it.
You got it. And this is where Gurdjieff really starts to challenge traditional thinking. He's saying true spiritual growth isn't about escaping the world or our humanity. It's about being more present in it, more consciously, using challenges and experiences to evolve.
So not about becoming someone else, but becoming more fully ourselves.
Exactly. That journey of becoming, striving for wholeness, that's the heart of Gurdjieff's teaching.
This is all super fascinating, but I'm starting to see why he was so careful about the order his books were read in. It's like he's building a staircase, and we've just climbed the first few steps.
You're catching on. Almost funny story about what happened when his good friend and colleague, Mr. Orge, passed away. Gurdjieff's experience with condolences perfectly sums up his view of American culture and how it sometimes goes against everything he believed about conscious living.
So what about these condolences? What happened?
Okay, so picture this. Gurdjieff is in New York. He's grieving the loss of Mr. Orge, and he's just bombarded with these well-wishers, everyone offering their sympathies.
That seems, I don't know, normal. People do that, right? Offer condolences.
Yeah, sure, but it's the way it happened. See, Gurdjieff saw all these expressions as totally fake, like empty gestures, more about social obligation than actual emotion.
Ah, so it clashed with that whole being present thing. Consciously experiencing emotions, not just going through the motions.
Sure, got it. He called it herd instinct. People mimicking what they're supposed to do without really connecting to their own feelings, or anyone else's for that matter.
Makes you think, how often do we do that? Not even just with grief, but with any emotion. Hitting the like button, saying the right words, but not really feeling it.
Exactly the kind of self-reflection Gurdjieff wanted to spark. He actually called this automatic sympathy immoral and criminal, said it just rips open the wound of grief without offering any real comfort.
Wow. He did not hold back. So did he tell everyone to just leave him alone?
He tried to avoid it. He even traveled to different cities trying to escape all the condolences. But it seemed like everywhere he went, people felt compelled to express their sympathy, even if they never even met Mr. Orge.
Like you can't escape those social scripts. It does make you think, though, are we really present or are we all just playing out these pre-programmed roles? Kind of unsettling.
And that's exactly it. Gurdjieff wanted us to see those unconscious patterns driving us. He wanted us to wake up, become aware, and take back our ability to have genuine experiences.
Okay, let's be real. Most of us aren't going to become hermits and meditate in caves to reach enlightenment. How do we take these big, complex Gurdjieffian ideas and actually use them? What are the takeaways?
That's the question, right?
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest takeaways is this world of man idea. Cultivating our own initiative, our own direction. Even if we never fully escape the influence of the world around us and our inner world, we can be more aware. And that awareness gives us choice.
So it's about that gap between something happening and us reacting, that moment where we choose how to respond.
Right. And that applies to everything, how we handle challenges, how we talk to each other, even how we understand our own emotions. It's about being more conscious, more deliberate.
Like being the CEO of our own inner world, instead of letting those automatic programs run the show.
Love that analogy. And don't forget about intentional suffering. We don't have to go looking for pain, but we can embrace discomfort as a chance to grow. Push past our comfort zones, try new things, challenge those old beliefs.
Get comfortable being uncomfortable, basically.
Exactly, because that's where real growth happens, often.
Mm.
Now, there's one more curveball from Gurdjieff we haven't talked about yet, and it really goes against what a lot of people believe about spirituality.
I'm always up for a good curveball. Hit me with it.
He believes the soul. We don't have it when we're born. We develop it. He even called it a luxury, something we achieve through conscious effort, and only as adults.
Whoa. Okay, that is radical. So we're all running around soulless until we reach some level of self-awareness?
That's pretty much what Gurdjieff is suggesting. He believed the soul is a higher being body, this subtle energy structure we build through specific practices and inner work.
Okay, so if the soul is a luxury,
Hmm.
what are we working with before then? Just our basic instincts, personality quirks, that's it?
He'd probably say we're basically machines, running on pre-programmed patterns.
No.
Until we start to consciously wake up.
No soul, just software.
Huh.
That's humbling and terrifying at the same time. But it also makes developing a soul sound even more important.
For sure. It's not something to take lightly. It takes real effort, facing our limitations, and a commitment to cultivating something higher within.
Makes you wonder how many people, even today, Gurdjieff would say actually have a soul. He set a high bar. But speaking of souls, he had some ideas about how those soul ingredients come together, right?
He did, and it goes back to the three worlds. Gurdjieff believed it's the interaction between our outer world experiences and our inner world responses, that clash between what's happening around us and our own nature, that creates the raw material for the soul.
So not about escaping the world, but learning to live in it, consciously, learning to ride the waves.
Exactly. The soul doesn't develop in a vacuum. It's formed in the real world through experience. It's in that engagement, that constant back and forth between our inner and outer worlds, that we can create something really unique and valuable. Our own world of man, and ultimately our own soul.
It's a cool thought, right?
Mm.
The challenges, the things we usually see as obstacles, those could be the very things pushing us to grow and evolve.
That's the Gurdjieffian paradox. He truly believed that real growth often comes from discomfort, from facing those fears and limitations head on, not seeking out suffering, but recognizing its potential.
I can see why his work still resonates with people. We're constantly being told to seek comfort, pleasure, quick fixes. Gurdjieff's message is a nice counterpoint to that.
Absolutely. He reminds us that true fulfillment, real meaning, it comes from something deeper, something beyond those fleeting pleasures of the material world.
Depth over distraction.
Yes. And that brings us back to that fundamental question. Are we really in control of our lives? Or are we just puppets to external forces and our own impulses?
It's a question worth asking, right? If we're not careful, it's easy to sleepwalk through life,
Yeah,
just reacting to everything but our own internal compass.
that's it. Gurdjieff believed most of us are living in the state of what he called relative unconsciousness, unaware of our potential. But he also believed we can wake up. We can become more conscious, more intentional, and ultimately more alive.
It's like we have this amazing potential within us, but it takes a certain kind of effort, a willingness to step outside our comfort zone, to really wake it up.
You nailed it. And maybe that's the most important takeaway here. You have a choice. You can let life just happen to you, or you can chart your own course. It's not always easy, but like Gurdjieff said, life is real only then when I am.
Powerful words. But before things get too existential on us, I think our listeners are ready for a little break. We'll be back soon to dive into Gurdjieff's ideas on the challenges and opportunities of our modern world. Don't go anywhere.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. It would be a great source of help to maintain and develop this channel and the correlated website.
All right, we're back, and I gotta say, I'm really curious to hear what you think about this. If we, like, dropped Gurdjieff right here, right now, into our modern world, what would blow his mind the most?
It's a fun thought experiment, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
talk about a culture shock, but if I had to guess, it'd be the sheer volume of information thrown at us constantly. He'd be overwhelmed.
right. No internet, no smartphones back then. He was already worried about mass hypnosis, people being swayed by external things. Imagine him now, with our 24/7 news, social media algorithms, targeted ads.
It's like we're drowning in information, but are we any wiser for it? More conscious or just more distracted? That's the big question.
Totally. Gurdjieff would probably tell us to be pickier with what we pay attention to. Filter out the noise and find the stuff that actually feeds our inner world, you know?
Exactly. Turn off the devices, get out in nature, have real conversations, reconnect with ourselves. Those would be his prescriptions.
Funny, because that's good advice, even without the whole spiritual context.
Yeah.
People say those things for stress reduction, general well-being.
Right. It shows you how universal Gurdjieff's message can be. He wasn't trying to create some elite group of enlightened people. He wanted everyone to wake up.
And part of that, I guess, is seeing the traps of the modern world, the things keeping us asleep, disconnected from that potential we were talking about.
Absolutely. Our addiction to technology, always needing stimulation, being afraid of silence, those would be red flags for him. Big time.
It's so easy to get lost in being busy, mistaking action for achievement, information for wisdom, like you said.
He'd want us to slow down, find those moments of quiet, of reflection, connect with that I am that was so central to his teaching.
Makes you wonder, what would our lives look like if we actually lived with that kind of intention? Moving through the world with purpose, present in each moment, not just reacting.
That's the invitation, isn't it? Gurdjieff's challenge. It's not about reaching some perfect state of enlightenment. It's the ongoing process. Self-discovery, waking up to how much potential each moment has.
A journey, not a destination.
That's it. And like any good journey, there's going to be bumps along the way, ups and downs, but it's in those tough parts, those challenges, where we really grow, we learn, and that's how we come to understand ourselves and the world on a deeper level.
Well, this has been incredible. So much to think about, from his near-death experiences to the soul, the world of man, and all the challenges of modern life.
It's been a pleasure diving into all this with you. Gurdjieff was such a complex guy. There's always something more to discover in his work.
And maybe that's the point, right? Never stop asking questions, questioning what we think we know, and trying to live more consciously with more intention.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's a lifelong journey, but worth taking, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And on that note, I think we'll leave our listeners with Gurdjieff's own words to ponder. Life is real only then, when I am.
Until next time, everyone, keep exploring, keep questioning, keep digging deeper.
And remember, the most important journey is the one we take within ourselves.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. It would be a great source of help to maintain and develop this channel and the correlated website. This book overview was presented to you by olbooksummary.com. Are you interested in more insights into personal development books or motivational and inspirational books? Please visit olbooksummary.com and you will find a library of the most helpful self-development and human character development books overviews. See you soon with the next books overview video.